We had our first ever podcast live.
God, yeah, that was daunting, wasn't it? You were shitting yourself.
I wasn't that bad.
You was, yeah.
I was more like,
You
what
was.
am I doing?
You did. You was. I was.
Was you?
I don't mind admitting it. Yeah. I was putting myself a bit.
Alright, maybe I pooed a little bit.
Yeah.
We had a change of clothes,
Yeah.
like Chig. It come around quick though, because all of a sudden we were sitting in that room, Pointy had gone in there, and I think he's probably speaking for about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Lucky I come out the hallway and followed you because he pulled you in.
Mm.
I was like, oh crap, we're in.
Yeah, we're in the thick of it, but it was good. Do you know what? Right, I'm going to tell you this now. That video of you where you come, morning, rise and shine. Right now, I don't take this the wrong way. I don't know whether it was the light or the haircut in your hair. If I'm honest,
Yeah, I look like a woman.
the first thing I thought of was the Predator. I'm not saying you're a predator. I'm saying the predator. You remember the Predator? Do you get that from where I'm coming from, Robbie?
I need dreadlocks then.
Yeah, but it just the first bit I thought
Really?
that's the Predator. Do you know what I mean? But then I realised it was you.
Hello, welcome to
Off the job.
Overtime, where there's banter and your stories shared. Please be warned, there may be some general explicit content.
Okay, welcome to Off the Job Overtime.
You never let me do the intro.
I just said, do you what? You didn't answer. If you didn't answer,
I might as well stick tape over me mouth.
I would. How's it going, mate? How's it going? We
Yeah,
had a
not
great
bad.
week last week. We had a great week last week. We was at the installer show, weren't we?
Installer show, a lot happened.
It's awesome. That was the best installer I've ever been to. Ever. I've only been to 4. But, like, you know.
What made it better for you?
Just the size of it, really. I don't think they need to go any bigger. Yeah.
No, yeah, because a lot of people agree, disagree, but I think it's nice being spread out. I was sort of against it at first, but when you think about it, when you're in a smaller place and you got, I think they said they had 20,000 visitors. If you got them people, that amount of people trying to walk around, they're so cramped. It's hard for these companies to speak to all of them at once. But if they're spread out,
yeah, it was
definitely.
It was brilliant.
We actually spoke about it in the last overtime, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, didn't we? We spoke about it on the installer special episode, didn't we? That was good. That went well, I think. I enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that. It was sort of like just like meeting those guests on there and that. And
it felt strange though at first. People like watching us. And you got Abigail like saying "speak loud." I was like, my voice is not loud. Yeah, we need a speaker. People have speakers, didn't they?
And then I nudged you. Nudged your arm up to
that was
the
so
microphone.
funny.
Nudge it up. Go on, speak to him.
Then we had our first ever podcast live.
God, yeah, that was daunting, wasn't it? You was shitting yourself.
I wasn't that bad.
You was, yeah.
I was more like, what am I doing?
You did. You was. I was.
Was you?
I don't mind admitting it. Yeah, I was putting myself a bit.
Alright, maybe I pooed a little bit.
Yeah.
We had a change of clothes, like Chigs.
I did. Yeah, sorted myself out before I went on.
It come around quick though, because all of a sudden we were sitting in that room. Pointy had gone in there, and I think he's probably speaking for about 2 minutes. Yeah. Lucky I come out the hallway and followed you because he pulled you in. I was like, oh crap, we're in.
Yeah, we're in the thick of it, but it was good. It was good.
I wonder if anyone,
done well, considering it was your first time in front of an audience, because that's like a big audience as well.
It definitely felt different doing that compared to like speaking.
Yeah,
but
all good fun though.
It's all good experience.
I think it was a success.
We hope everyone enjoyed it that watched it.
Yeah, thanks for coming along to watch it.
Yeah,
if you was there, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it. We appreciate all the support you give us.
Feedback as well. Like if we done another one, what would you like to see in it?
Yeah.
Because we were just saying earlier, we done a little bit of planning, but it weren't heavy planning. We just sort of said, right, we'll do this, see how it goes.
Yeah. But that's all you can do on them sort of events. You're not got an audience to rehearse to ever, have you? Even if you had rehearsal, you wouldn't know how it's going to work. You know what I mean? You never know how it's going to work. So you can't even gauge off of it
what the response is going to be.
But
Mark and Dave, those excellent guests.
Dave's brilliant.
That was good to have them on.
It was really, really good. I think they come into their own. I mean, when we first started, there's a couple of little awkward bits, and like when they started off, there's a couple of little awkward bits, but that's the way it's going to go. But then they come into their own, and Dave really hit a home run with one of his quips. I thought was like part of what we introduced them to, the role play.
Yeah.
It was just
no one expected that at the end.
no one expected
I
it.
think he was thinking of it for a while.
And
If I was going to say
was
that,
at the greatest, best time of the show, that it just needed that bit to call back, and it just was it was good. It was really
you
good.
definitely go off the laughs, didn't you? If you don't get laughs, it's like we just watched it back.
Yeah.
And you definitely notice
For
a
editing
difference.
purposes, not self gratification.
If you watch it back and you say something, you don't hear a laugh, and we're not trying to, or I'm not, and I weren't funny anyway, but it's not a comedy show that we was doing.
No.
So I couldn't imagine what it's like for you, knowing everything you say, you want someone to laugh.
Yeah, no, it's just don't always
And to
happen.
not get that, it's...
Don't always happen. I was at a gig last week. I drove down to Dover after doing the installer. I drove from Birmingham to Dover to do a gig, and all I say is, the audience just, I don't think they understood me. I don't know if they taught a different language over there, probably French, because you know what I mean. I might as well have been speaking French. I asked them at one point, I said, "Are you married? Is anyone in here married?" And everyone was looking around going, "Is he talking to me?" It's like
There was no interaction at all.
yeah, obviously you're all brothers and
Was
sisters.
it a comedy show?
Down here? It was a comedy show. Yeah, it's like local. I don't know if
You didn't just pull up in a pub and start speaking.
Oh, it felt like that, yeah. I mean, but it was all right. It was all right. I got a few laughs and that, but I don't know if you see, like last week, you probably don't know about it because it's not local news, but in Herne Bay, where I reside a couple of times a week, there was an unexploded World War II bomb pulled up from the sea by fishermen. Yeah.
How big was this bomb?
Caught a World War II bomb. Brought it up in the car park.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know.
I want to see how big this is.
Do you imagine that? And that, right, Robbie? Yeah, look at me when I'm talking to you, Robbie. He's looking at something. But you imagine a fisherman pulling up a World War II bomb. That is a hell of... What are you doing?
He's trying to pull up a photo.
Oh, what of? The bomb?
He's getting blocked because he's been watching too much porn.
Oh,
Ad blocker detected. Is that what you do on that laptop?
Is it there? Oh, yeah, they show the explosion. Look, you'll see it. Look. They took it out to sea and exploded it.
My mate works in the army and he deals with this stuff.
Look at that. Imagine if that had gone off in the car park. It was in the sea.
I wonder if my mate knows about that because he deals with like detecting bombs and disarming them and stuff in the army.
Yeah, he probably would have heard about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, the fisherman pulled it up in the car park.
Imagine if that set off.
I mean, I tell you what, it's an hell of a fucking Tinder profile picture, innit? No?
What?
Don't get it?
No.
Right. Okay.
I'm not the...
You're not on Tinder, are you? Was you ever on Tinder? Was you ever on Tinder?
Yeah.
Yeah? Was you ever on Tinder, Robbie? Yeah. You like fishing?
That ain't a bad topic, you know.
Ever put your profile picture up with a fish? A lot of people do, apparently. Yeah. It'd be different with a bomb, is what I'm getting at, wouldn't it? It'd be more exciting. No wonder they didn't laugh.
Imagine trying to meet someone back in the day with no...
Would you stop that? That is
What?
the second time that's gone off.
Has it? I didn't even notice the first
Yeah.
time. Robbie should have told me. He should be on it.
He's the sound
guy.
man. Like, we've talked about putting him for extra training, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he needs a bit of extra training.
Yeah, go on. What was you saying?
No, can we just say on camera? We got to say well done for
No,
Robbie.
Robbie, well done at the live
producing
show.
your first live show.
Excellent work there. Excellent work.
The edit best be
We'll
good.
be saying to certain people, better look out for your jobs now. Do you know what I mean? We've got a live producer. What topic was you on about, Kieran? That would be quite a good topic. What?
Tinder. Dating websites and stuff. Like, if you compare to back in the day to now, imagine just trying
it's
to... Everyone...
gotta be, innit? Swipe left for herpes. Swipe right for VD. It must have gone up, innit? You know what I mean? All these stuff going on.
Anyway, so installer show, you got any more to say
Yeah, I mean,
Do you know what it did? It brought some more, because it's actually aimed at electricians as well. Did you see many electricians walking around? Was it not in that scene
there was
yet?
a lot of electricians there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I spoke to a lot of electricians.
that's
A
good.
lot of electricians.
Is there one out there for all trades as good as Installer Show? There's building ones, isn't there? But they're not like.
I don't know if there's anything better than Installer because nobody does it. Like
Do you
the
think they're going to
plumbers.
branch out? Do you reckon that guy who runs that is going to be like, right, plumbers, electricians, then we're going to go to this trade, this trade?
Well, you've got like you've got trade show. I don't know if you call it a trade show, but like you'll have events like Super Trail for bricklayers, don't you?
Mm.
You'll have Alex for electricians, specifically for Alex, but that's nothing on the scale of Installer.
Does this show you like how good the plumbing community is? If you look at all the other shows,
I think it's very. I think what the plumbing community's got is very vast subject. It's a massively vast subject in it. You've got heating, you've got bathrooms, you've got people producing brassware, pipe like Lawton's there.
electrics is a big.
No, but electrics is electricity and wire, sockets and a fuse board. What else is there? Eh? What products? Tools.
So you're
The
now putting down sparks.
The tools across the plumbing industry are massive. I don't know if they got anything for like carpenters. I see carpenters went there as well. Carpenters went to Installer.
Yeah, I think because people want to just meet each other.
Yeah.
People speak like plumbers don't just speak to plumbers on social media. They speak to all
They
trades.
speak to anyone, didn't they? They're open.
There was
plumbers.
a gardener there with
Yeah.
his rake.
With his rake. He talking about Tom from Garden Landscape Wiltshire. Is that who you're talking about, or just a general gardener?
About like that.
What?
Yeah, I was talking about.
Oh,
him.
you were talking about him with his rake. He had a rake there, did he?
No, that was a joke. Was it funny?
No.
Okay. I thought Robbie normally has a timer.
Yeah, we're looking at the timer, Robbie. What's going on, Robbie? It's all gone out. Oh, we're starting again from zero, aren't we?
It's hard. We don't know how long we've been filming.
Robbie gets a lot of
So we started
12
again.
minutes.
12
we've been
minutes.
12 minutes, have we?
Starting again from zero. Oh, I love it.
Anyway, I think we should this time point out that Robbie is like he's in a bit of a midway point of his hairstyle. It's neither a ponytail or a fringe. He wears an Alice band, bless him.
Can we actually take a photo of him and put it up on the YouTube
Yeah, put it up there.
of us? Can we do that, Robbie?
Yeah, you love it. No, it's good. We all had a good time, didn't we? Because the whole team went up to install it. It was a great time,
Yeah.
great event. Everyone did well on the team, so I salute you, team. Thank you very much for making
we
it
are
all
like
possible for us.
We're not a non-functional family. We're like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain what we're all like. We like work together, but we're like, I don't know. It's cool. It's a good energy.
Cool working atmosphere in it.
I mean, we was doing TikToks at 7 o'clock in the morning at the Airbnb.
Do you know what, right? I'm going to tell you this now. That
Yeah.
video of you, right, where you come, morning, rise and shine. Right, now, I don't take this the wrong way. I don't
Okay.
know whether it was the light or the haircut in your hair, but I don't mean to be offensive, right?
Be
But
nice.
if I'm honest,
Yeah, I look like a woman.
the first thing I thought of was the Predator. Not you're a predator. I'm not saying you're a predator. I'm saying the predator. You remember the Predator? Did you get that? Do you get that from where I'm coming from, Robbie? Yeah, a little bit. Like, you can put both of them up there
I need
on the screen.
dreadlocks then.
Yeah, but it just the first bit I thought
Really?
that's the Predator. Do you know what I mean? But then I realised it was you. And
Come on, show us, Robbie.
you did look a little. It just reminded me of it. I don't know why.
That is bad.
I know.
I look like that.
Yeah, I think it's just the hair. It wasn't the face.
Yeah,
Right.
because my hair was wet, wasn't it? And like,
Yeah, you just looked a bit. Yeah,
I thought
just-
about getting dreadlocks before, That's no joke. Honestly, if I knew I could take them out, I would do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure you out as a dreadlock person.
Think of the guy on Avatar, #2, the young blonde kid. He had dreadlocks. Try and get him up, Robbie. Is it Avatar?
I
Yeah,
ain't
Avatar 2.
Oh, you seen Avatar?
Try and get the young blonde kid up. I think
on,
it'd
Robbie's got
suit
his
me
work
because
cut out today,
I've
ain't
got
he?
quite I don't want to be like stereotypical, but yeah, him.
Him?
I don't know if I'd have him that thick, but look, it suits him. And I have like that fair colour hair.
Yeah.
No?
That's a bit like me saying I'm going to paint my skin blue to look like the other geezer.
I don't know. I'd like to try it.
Hmm.
But I think I'd be a little bit scared because once you've got them, that's it. It's a bit. You can't wash your hair either, apparently.
It washes itself, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Is that the idea of dreadlocks? It helps wash itself.
Do you think I should get dreadlocks?
No, Keiran.
No. People will thinking, who is this
Do not
guy?
do not get dreadlocks. No, I know it's up to you. You got to do what you want to do, innit?
No, maybe in my later life.
Later life.
Mm.
Have you seen your dad?
I'm alright. I'm 33. I'm going grey, but I'm not receding yet, am I?
No.
It's very visual, this show.
Mm. Yeah. Oh yeah, we forget that a lot of people listen to this on sound.
I think we get more views on YouTube than we do sound.
No,
Oh, do we?
sound is more.
Do it?
Yeah,
I was going to say that's pretty poor, isn't it?
If you actually want to watch this,
Yeah, watch
go over
it.
to YouTube.
Go to the visual YouTube
I
effect.
prefer to watch things and rather listen.
Yeah, I find it hard to listen to things.
I like to see their face.
I don't see their face.
Right, should we go on to our YouTube comments?
Yep.
By the way, if you do watch on YouTube, please share your opinions and ask us any questions that you might want us to ask each other on the next show.
Yep, please do. Yep.
So our YouTube comments, we have one for at CP Carpentry 2022. This is related to the asbestos. And he said, asbestos ain't the dangerous bit. Touching it won't hurt you. Cutting it ain't good. But the worst part is if you snap the asbestos, that's when the fibres come airborne. Airborne. Leave that in.
Yeah, it's a dodgy old thing, innit? Asbestos. They used to do it, grade it, didn't they? White, brown, and blue. So, what was the worst? Was it brown or blue?
I can't remember. But everyone had to do an asbestos course, didn't they?
Yeah.
Working on site.
I always feared it when I was younger. Feared asbestos.
Did you?
Yeah, I did, because you'd heard so much about it. I remember watching the programme, because like I said, in the last other episode, a couple of weeks ago, my mate's mum died of it. So it's like, how did she die of it? You know, because she wasn't a tradesman. So you think to yourself, if you work around it, you're breaking it. We used to take out asbestos tanks. Like, we was always taking out asbestos tanks and then bagging them up, and then they was getting taken away. But we weren't using any, like, we'd just be in our clothes, you know what I mean?
The dump actually
They weren't
accept it
breaking
now,
them
don't
or
they?
anything. We was taking them out in one hit, but you know, obviously you've been bathing in that water for years. There's been in asbestos, so you know you're not breathing it in. But
Saying at Installer Show, there's quite a few comments that people enjoyed, like our podcast.
yeah,
Quite a few people come up to you and say, "Oh, I really like the podcast," stuff like that. It was good feedback.
yeah, I think some people
A few
did. Yeah,
people, yeah.
I got a few comments about the podcast. Yeah, got some good engagement and interaction with people about it. Yeah.
And on the Installer Show special, Heat King himself put, this definitely has to be the best episode so far.
Oh, I
'Cause he was in it.
wonder why.
It's not all about you.
Yeah. He's good. It was good though. He was good on there, wasn't he? He was very.
Is that the first time you met him?
Yeah, first
Yeah,
time
it's
I
first
met him,
time I met
and
him,
he's just a
Nice guy.
nice guy telling the truth about what he does, work-wise, wasn't it? You know what I mean?
Fair play. Went home to his family.
Yeah,
Didn't get roped into the drinking and.
he was a good lad. Hello, you wonderful listeners and watchers. Just pumping the brakes on this exciting episode to let you know about Keiran's app. That's changing the game in the gas certificate world.
If you're sick and tired of doing gas certificates on paper, then Gas Certificate app is your way forward. But it wouldn't be an app worth talking about if that's it. With no hassle, you can manage your diaries, invoices and quotes for all your jobs, so you'll never be chasing paperwork again.
Don't forget those boiler manuals. I can tell you how many times I've been looking at a boiler and thinking, what the? Thankfully, the in-app boiler manuals have saved me and got me out of quite the pinch.
If it's helped Pete here, then Gas Certificate app will definitely help you, especially with its easy-to-use gas reg calculator and the extremely handy ability to duplicate certs. Brilliant for when you're doing your annual services on previous jobs.
And for the icing on the cake, it has a complete offline mode. So if you're on a job in the middle of nowhere or servicing a boiler in the basement of a building with no signal, you've still got access to everything the app has to offer to keep you working hard.
So click the link down below or in the description. Use the code POD30 to get 30% off yearly subscriptions. That's for all new users. That's POD30 for 30% off our yearly subscriptions for new users.
So, what have we got here? Instagram comments. Joe Todd, the power of digital promo. Tradesman marketing. Completely agree. I feel that traditional business with a modern spin to it is the best way to approach business model and the marketing.
So this is about, Joe Todd was speaking about the modern day of marketing, which a lot of people don't do.
I mean, nor do I really.
It depends what people's direction is, but it's definitely worth it to try something, because people spend a lot of money on these companies that get you leads. Some of them, just try something else. Like try running an ad. It could be a view service in a boiler.
Yeah.
And you just run. Hasn't got to be a high budget every day, and just target your audience to your area. And say anyone sort of need a boiler service, and you just have a video of you in how you do it.
Yes. I used to go. Did you go breakfast networking? Did you ever do that? I used to do networking meetings, which is not obviously the new way or modern spin. I wouldn't say it is now. But when I was at breakfast, I was probably there about 10 years ago. I was doing networking meetings with various different businesses, etc. And they was talking then about, oh, you've got to be on LinkedIn and social media. And I was like, no, not into social media. Don't get involved with it. No, thank you. Not even on Facebook. Well, it's just like moving with the times, isn't it? You got to move with the times.
I always say
you're going to get left behind.
If you don't innovate, you evaporate.
Yeah. I think what it is, people out there now, people have been on the tools for years and years and years, and they've established a great reputation at what they do, are probably all right. Yeah. They're just seeing themselves out. They think, no, I'm not doing anything with social media. I don't need to. Yeah. I've got my client base. But anyone getting into the business nowadays, you got to have some form of social media advertising at first to kick you off, ain't you? Do you know what I mean? Whether or not you're just doing still shots of like your work, or you're actually interacting with your audience, I think you've got to do it now. It's part of business. I don't know. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think it's going to be the fresh people that are coming through.
Yeah.
The older people might stay stuck in their ways, but the people coming through are
generally what happens in the whole building game anyway. The older people stay stuck in their ways. They won't see any new innovative ideas. So you can see
people
how it
that have been in
carries
the
over.
game they will cross over. Not a high percentage.
Oh no, you see people doing it like when
Been doing it the last 10 years.
When we was at Installer Show, we know various people who are a lot older than us who are well involved in social media. Yeah, but not as many as the younger crowd. Do you know what I mean? So it's sort of like it shows that sort of like ratio across the board, doesn't it?
Because you don't see a lot. I've seen a few people pop up on ads, but it's bigger companies. But you don't see people that have a good following on Instagram running anything like advertising that they want work. It's more they just put videos of their work, expecting someone to message them.
Yeah,
but they should definitely have videos like, if you need this done, let me know, that sort of thing.
Was you on social media when you was on the plumbing tools?
I did start a page.
You had a plumbing page?
Yeah, but not that like photos and stuff. It was rubbish.
Yeah, I had a plumbing page. I got a Facebook page, plumbing page. I've still got it actually. I still run it. Still going. That's One Plumbing. If you need any plumbing done in the Essex area, preferably where I live, like Brentwood. I don't want to travel too far. Self-promoting myself.
You should do it.
What?
Do a little video. Why don't you do a video of servicing a boiler? And
I've done that loads. I've done loads of that.
Yeah, but have you expressed that if you need this doing, then contact
I think
me?
I have in the past. I'll do a new one. I'm a lot better at video editing now than what I was when I used to do it. So I probably might do one and put it on my page. Yeah, why not?
But yeah, it's definitely a way of trying to get new leads rather than relying on lead companies or recommendation. So our question of the week is, which new tool or technology has transformed your work the most? At Steve Gray Gas Services, a press gun, been in industry 36 years and the press gun is a total game changer. That's quite impressive. Someone's been in it 36 years. Normally you'd think it'd stick to copper, but he's transitioned over.
Well, he's got his copper still, isn't it? It's just press.
Yeah, I mean, from
but
soldering.
yeah, from soldering and press. I think, I've said it before, like, I've not got a press gun yet. Because I can't afford one, and I can't warrant it at the moment. But I've used one, and I can see where it is. Yeah, you'd use it in lofts.
It gets you out of trouble,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
you
I
use
wish
it-
I had one.
You'd
when
use
I've
it
done
where you've got a leak under the floor and you don't want to drain the system down.
There's so many scenarios that I think of. Where
It's gonna speed things up massively.
100%.
Can you imagine?
Remember them, like when you're trying to solder, you still got a bit of water in
Yeah,
there.
that's the thing.
It takes you hours. You're stuck on that
I
one.
think that's why
elbow.
I hate plumbing, just because of soldering when you know there's water in it. Because if you be soldering it, you can get all the water out, and you drain it down like that, right? The water will come out, and you lift it back up, right? And you put your fitting on it, right? And no water's dropped out of that at all while it's been open. Then you put the fitting on it, put it up to it, burn it in, suction, pulls the water down, and you're going, frigging thing has got water in it again. I've got to detach it, and I've got to drain
I
that
mean, it's
back
hard.
out.
Like, there's so many scenarios which take you a lot longer than they should have.
Yeah, I'd press everything on.
If you look at other trades, like, do you think there's that scenario? Like, there's so many scenarios where the job should take
it's gonna
half
be.
hour, but it
There's
takes
going to
you-
be scenarios on each and every trade what we wouldn't think of, where we think
True.
that's quite easy to do, or we would think that
Yeah.
could be a straightforward job. Like
I reckon
people
carpentry is a lot of scenarios.
we think just soldering a pipe. People think just soldering a couple of pipes together. That's what you think, but you don't realise what goes in for it before.
But even like putting a toilet together and it leaks, or like anything.
God,
it's
I hate
just-
you. I've got to go back to one actually this
Have
week.
ya?
Friday, I've got to go to one. Yeah, I've done some toilet guts or something a while ago. And now, all of a sudden, they text me while I was at installer show. Actually, they said, "Oh, it's running in the pan again." I only changed the siphon. Do you know what I mean?
This is a good one. At Highland_electrical, AI for emails, as I'm dyslexic, is very welcome. That's good. I like that. So he obviously uses ChatGPT to write his emails.
I guess so. I tell you what. Yeah, that's good for people like that. Yeah. People like that. I didn't mean it like that. Because I think I've got
People like that.
I've got a tad dyslexia, but yeah, I don't know. I don't emails. I do very little paperwork since the introduction of your app. I don't do a lot of paperwork. It saves it. Do you know what I mean? That's not a plug. I'm just saying, that's stating facts. I do very, very little paperwork. I'll tell you what tool that I thought was a game changer, and I'm probably this is how far behind the times. It was only up until about 4 years ago, right, that I started using a mini grinder on flues. I'd do it with an hacksaw.
I did. For a
What,
long time.
hacksaw? Yeah, hacksaws were.
I did start using a
I
grinder.
dread it. I used to dread cutting flues. Absolutely dread cutting flues with an hacksaw.
It goes wonky.
Oh, I hate it. I used to hate it.
You got to cut an extra like 20 mil.
Yeah, I was like, oh, no wonder people left white on the end of it, because they were scared to cut it wrong. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I
End up leaving the plastic bit like
use a
100 mil long.
yeah,
Don't get it wrong.
I just use a mini grinder all the time when I do a flue now. A lot of people use them flue cutting products, but me, I just bang up. There's another way, like, you know the flue ring, you put it round it, you can mark a circle all the way round with the flue
They
ring.
should
can't
create
you?
a flue cutter.
Yeah, I said that before. didn't I?
I know
Good,
you
isn't
have.
it? Yeah. What else was there? So, CP Carpentry Construction. Floating laser levels, pick a mark or line, and you're golden. Off you go.
He's
do
a
you know
carpenter, so I get that, but I never got used to a level.
Nah,
of plumbing.
I'm not really with lasers.
You've used.
I've used them, but
you used
like,
it for that toilet. The 3-part toilet.
That's taking the piss, wasn't it? That's taking the piss out of like.
Yeah, I never got used to using a laser level.
Um,
That's why all my boilers
yeah,
are
I've not really one for laser levels. If I can just get a level with a pencil, I know I've got a level line.
pissed.
And like, who
Old
cares?
school.
They're painting over it.
Just
The,
get a
the
string
lines,
line like a
the
bricklayer.
lines are behind the product or clip that you're putting them on. Do you know what I mean?
Do you reckon a bricklayer would use a laser level instead of a
They do, don't
chalk
they?
line?
Some of them.
Do they?
I don't know. Maybe. Don't know. Maybe not. Chalk line, can't go wrong with you. A bricklayer, you got to run to that chalk line, ain't you?
So at Great Scott Plumbing and Heating, or if it was a level, a laser level, you ain't going to see it outside. Are you?
Yeah.
At Great Scott Plumbing and Heating, been around a while, but my Wix is wet back. For how cheap they are blows my mind. Some pals still ask clients for
I
towels.
tell you what, I've used Wix's vacuumed for 20 years. The same one, the same product. It's been out years and years and years. I don't know how much it is now. Is it 45 quid? Or was it 60 quid?
But people that live without a wet vac, I don't know
how can you not have a wet vac? You've got to have a wet vac.
I think everyone's got to have one, surely.
When we used to flat bash, my mate had two hoovers. They used to have 2-3 hoovers on the go, sucking the systems out. Like, do you know what I mean? When I was ripping out old pipework, they'd be on. First thing in the morning, they'd cut into the pipework, they'd be on. They'd be draining down and they'd be sucking out all the water in the pipework, just on. And it's just like, you go to a toilet, you're taking a toilet out.
Yeah,
that
just
comes
take the water out.
Takes it out. What am I going to do? Like, you just got to have a wet vac. As a plumber, you got to have a wet vac. Whatever, do you know what I mean? But those Wix's wet vacs, I'm agreeing with Scott there. They're the best. I've got one still on the van. I probably need to get a new one soon. But they're the best ones, I think, just for how big they are and just like, you know, and cheap and cheerful, and they go for like a while. So yeah, that's definitely one. Pentagon, carpentry and joinery. Nail gun. Unfortunately, all it did was give the contractors an opportunity to reduce the price. Not at all that a gun costs 600 quid and nails are 4 times more expensive than loose and ongoing maintenance costs. But hey, we can do it quicker, so you should get paid less. Don't have a go at us, mate. Yeah, I know. It's I don't know. I never really thought about that, because do we get like less money for using press?
So what?
It's got to be the same, isn't it, as press gun?
What
isn't it,
he's
really?
saying, they get paid less if they use a nail gun.
Because they're taking quicker to do it.
That's a bit wrong, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you
It's
never
like-
think of these things when you're not in another trade.
Yeah, I know, but surely it's the same as a press gun, isn't it? Job's a job, innit?
Yeah.
If you're pitching a roof, it's got to be the same price as what it would be if you.
Don't make sense. But people when they look at prices, they look, oh, how long's it gonna take them? This is what they can earn. Like,
I look at what you get out of the job.
but in all
Not
these
how long
new
it
builds,
takes.
there's not a lot of profit in it. That's why it's all tight margins. Because you think these companies earn a lot of money building houses and selling them, but
Not as much.
realistically, they don't.
Not for how much the price of a house costs.
No. But you think they would, because the house prices have gone up, but then all the material costs have gone up. Yeah, that's why they're so tight margins. Then we've got at Chris Ruddock. If someone doesn't say at Trade Apps Limited, there will be trouble. Cheers, mate. So that's part of your toolbox.
My toolbox.
He said that's a new tool.
Oh, yeah,
because they have put technology. So
Yeah.
cheers, Chris.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. Cheers.
Loyal supporter.
So we've got a video from CP Carpentry. Chris, thank you very much for your video. We'll put that up now. See what you think, guys.
Right. So yeah, I was listening to you about like no one's listening. There's the 100% Pete. There is the negative people on the internet, and for every bit of advertisement you get that's good, you're going to attract the bad. It's life's 50-50. So I've got no sign writing and nothing other than the little. Oh, you can't even see it. Oh, you can probably see it on the other side. I'm repping the LCP Carpentry 22 on YouTube. Beautiful van setup, thousands of pounds worth of tools. I'd quite happily go to jail if someone tried to rob me. Simple as. But anyway, I was saying to Abby, or replying in the DMs, I got something that'll get every see you next Tuesday man, dog, cat, hamster on our side, or on your guys' side, with the tool theft. So when we lose our tools, we're down to our knees. We're rendered useless. Politely, I wouldn't honestly know. I'm out here in the fens in Ely, Cambridgeshire. Not a lot goes on, and if it does, you know the uncle. But yeah, to get people on side. How about, as tradies, when we're working in the office, we just start taking paper out the printer. Now what are you office lot going to do? It's not like we're going to walk off with their Dell desktop or their laptop. Well, some of us might be brassic and walk off with the laptop, but anyway. We can't do any criminal damage. We're taking without consent. Taking a bit of paper out the printer, aren't we, really? But we're not permanently depriving anyone. We're not out to seriously harm, hurt, or we're just listen to us, and we're going to inconvenience you a little bit. Just listen to us. So I reckon every tradesman working in an office needs to start taking paper out the printer and going to the toilet and taking all the toilet paper away. The public toilets everywhere. All the tradies, we all carry that one loo roll in the front of the van. How about when we start going round public toilets, we start taking toilet paper off people? Then let's see if the public want to listen to tool theft. Loving the show, guys. Keep it up. Yeah. Cheers. Peace.
Yes, that would inconvenience people greatly. Not too sure how people would feel about, while sitting on the toilet, nicking their bog roll.
I think you'd get
And
arrested.
just shoving off with
You
it.
would get arrested if you went into.
I know he doesn't mean while they're on the toilet. I'm
Yeah,
just trying to make a joke of it. But yeah, that would inconvenience people. We could take them to the football next week, couldn't we? Yeah, nick all the bog rolls from the office. Just throw them out there.
We didn't speak about the football.
Oh yeah, the football.
Should we speak about the football?
Well, we could be out. I know I made a prediction, didn't I, the other week that we'd win 3-0, and that went terribly wrong. And then we nearly went out, didn't we?
Against.
To Slovenia.
But come on, we done it. We got the job
Yeah,
done.
I know. But there's a lot of people
What a
out there
legend,
moaning
last
about
minute.
it, isn't there? What I say to this, right, because we give some people a couple bits of stick because they was too early to jump the gun and say how shit we was playing, etc. Right?
People left 3 minutes before the game.
I know, how funny is that?
They missed the goal.
I see the videos of them and they heard the cheer outside the stadium and they go, "What? Who's score? How fickle is
Do you reckon
football?
they tried to get back in? Didn't let 'em?
Yeah, probably. How fickle is football, though, innit? 1 minute you're a
That's
a
what's so
villain, the
bad
next
about
minute
it.
you're an hero, innit? But mind you, Southgate's still going to get stick whatever because he
I
can't
don't
do
get
anything
that.
right.
Because I get it, he's the coach, but they got to perform on the pitch.
They've got to perform.
They don't share their tactics. So how do they know what tactics he's said
I know.
for them to moan about?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he did put the striker on with 90 seconds to go, and to be fair, it probably made a difference to that goal being scored, didn't it? Because if he hadn't brought him on, he probably wouldn't have scored. So that was a tactical move, whichever way you look at it, wasn't it? Great goal, Jude Bellingham, bicycle kick.
What?
I sound like that bloke from the Far Show.
He
Jumpers for
plays
goalposts.
for Real Madrid, doesn't he? Apparently.
Whatever. Don't know.
That's
I'm
what
not
I just
that
heard.
educated in football
Nor
anymore.
am I. And then the header in the extra time done us.
Harry Kane. Ugh.
Do you know what? England don't take risks. They pass it about too much and don't take risks.
Well, what we do? No, can't do the impression of Harry Kane. I was about to do it, but yeah, he's got himself a position again.
But anyway, we got through onto
Switzerland
the
next.
onto the next.
Today's game. Pete's prediction for what happened?
Is it today?
It'll be Saturday.
Just
we playing
gone.
Saturday, didn't we?
I think so, or Sunday or something.
Saturday or
Just
Sunday?
gone,
What
yeah.
day are we playing, Robbie? Quick, look it up. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's Saturday. So, if you're watching this episode, England would have won.
Saturday, 6th of July at
Yeah.
5 o'clock.
What time?
5 o'clock.
Wow, I'm out. Anyway, if you watched the game on Saturday, what a great win by England. We might have to record this. Right? We believe it was a great game, great tactical decisions by Southgate.
Yeah,
and we
2-1.
ended up.
I'm predicting 2-1.
Kieran's predicted that it's 2-1. I think Let's go 4-1. Yes! England won 4-1 on Saturday. Keep that one on. And that's your Mystic Pete's prediction. So far, I am 100% fail rate.
Well, on that note, thank you for listening.
Yeah, thanks for listening. And a great...
Send us in some videos. That's cool. I like that.
Send us in some videos. Keep them clean, all right?
Yeah.
Nothing pervy.
Whatever you want.
Like that. No.
No, not whatever. You know what I mean. But no, thank you for listening.
And we'll see you again on Thursday. Thanks very much. No. Hang
No
on.
guest
Whoa. Put it back. No guest show on Thursday. I was joking. See you next Monday. Yeah? All right.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right, this has been another episode of Off the Job Podcast.
Thanks for watching the show on YouTube or listening on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts and all other streaming platforms.
If it's your first time watching or not, make sure to subscribe below and follow us on all the big social media stuff like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
For our overtime show on Monday, send us in your stories and comments for it to be read out on the show. Send it in via email, direct message through our social media accounts or WhatsApp us on 07457 406 259.
And we'll see you on the next episode.